Okay. Wow, what a bumpy ride. 7 hours only to have to make a new thumbnail, and the beginning of the stream isn't even good. And I've had no time to update the panels with you know, the new subs and everything. Oh, this is just fantastic. Oh, really riveting like events happening. Just gonna take a moment and check my correspondence again. But greetings, folks. My name is Coinstamp, and since this is a new episode, even though the stream is back online, welcome to what will hopefully be the last, truly, of the Lies of P. We only have the endings left to do, and, you know, the post-game stuff that comes along with each one. I would check almost the bottom of the 6th or 7th hour. No, 5th or 6th hour. I think it's the 6th hour. If you guys want instructions on how to make backup files to see all the endings yourself, please don't. There are far better solutions than finding a dummy file online through Nexus mods or the like. You never know, someone's gonna bundle a Trojan and say, sucker, that's what you get for being lazy. Someone would actually be that vindictive, pretend to upload a helpful resource, and really it's not. I'm not saying anyone on Nexus mods is like that, but you never know. You never really know. Hopefully everybody is doing well. In light of the internet outage we have just recovered from, I would like to get a move on and make it quick, but I am going to check one more time. Okay. Actually, I'm going to check Discord specifically. 1 second. Because I am in correspondence with my sibling. So I want to make sure I don't miss anything. Because they're important. And I love them. Okay. Welcome back, Mr. Rowan Darcy. Oh, yeah, I didn't know what part of that you would have ended up catching, but love you too. Thanks for being here with me. Now, I'm already kind of at the end of my rope, so let's go kick the nameless puppet's ass, shall we?
You can become a real human. Come to me, my son. Bound you to the great covenant like the because of Carlo's memories within you. You have strength, you troublesome little puppet. Your freedom is not freedom, but for Carlo.
It's fine. It kicked mine instead. I actually have an ass to kick, whereas this thing has just, knock on wood. I guess it's got a metal ass. Yeah, a bender style ass. There we go. Okay, let's not speak of the dead that way. I know my heart was in the right place, but someone could easily misconstrue that little statement for being worse than it actually is. Let's go ahead and have our fable where we want it.
You can become a real human. from the puppet. Freedom is not crazy. Carlo. But there's no other way.
Okay, that's phase one.
How dare you? You're just a puppet. Nothing more.
Of course you would. Are you serious? I better just give up the ghost on this one and not punish him. And you have to use a Fable Art through that. What Melania-ass move was that? Oh, you like the spinning dashes? I like the spinning dashes. Spinning dashes are fun. Yeah, everything's a everything's a waterfowl dance. My lovely mod, my lovely sibling. Blah, 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 blah. Everything is waterfowl dance. All return to waterfowl dance. Everything is Miyazaki's twisted creation. The Koreans are taking notes from the Japanese. The Neowiz Studios and Neowiz Games and Round 8 Studios are Korean game dev companies. This ain't League. No spin to win here. Oh, apparently Carlo seems to think so. But yeah, the Korean game devs be taking notes from, you know, Hidetaka Miyazaki. Anyway, let's get back in here.
You can become a real human. Come to me, my son. I never found you in covenant with the other puppets because of Carlo's memories within you. I knew you had gone astray. Troubled puppet. Your freedom is not for you.
What if we took the most annoying moves and made them worse? Yes.
How dare you? You're just a puppet. Nothing more.
How do you like that tech, Carlo? Neeb responded, how do you like mine? Goodbye. Whew.
Were you going to...
Thank you for the GGs.
Carlo's heart?
Man, we made this guy die twice. Maybe the name of this one, maybe the name of the title really should have been The Lies of P. Geppetto Dies Twice. Okay, I'm gonna take the controller off my desk before it vibrates off the desk. So,
No. You're just a useless puppet.
not even a sorry son, nothing. We get this in the true ending, by the way. He actually says, "I'm sorry, son," as if to finally respect Pinocchio's sort of coming into being a human being. So just to sort of remind everyone how things are gonna go, we're going to, actually what I should probably do here is skip this because it's just gonna show the
report on the Crod experiment.
No, we don't need this. No, we don't want to go to the
This is revenge, you witch. And you ghoul.
Thank you, Darian. Thank you, Mr. Rowan Darcy, for that redemption. But, so the way that things are gonna pan out, because this stream is technically a new one, it's just really short, is we need to talk to everyone post-game. And there's a letter that's on Geppetto's desk in his office. We need to read that. Then, what I'll do to keep things efficient is I will start the third playthrough only insofar as to see the new quartz. Then what's going to happen is we're going to log out of the game, and then I'm going to delete those files and replace them with the ones we backed up earlier. And then we should be able to just give Geppetto his heart, or our heart. And then we'll talk to everyone again, read yet another letter on the desk, and actually call it good this time. So it's going to be a bunch of logging out and dialogue from this point. So if you were looking for rousing gameplay, I'm afraid the Nameless Puppet was a capstone of this.
Welcome, Toad.
You can't even talk to Paul and Dina. How unfortunate. And everyone else is dead, Geppetto included. These are the only people we can talk to. These vendors and Hugo over there.
You have been such a great help to Master Vanini. I will do my best to be of assistance in return.
This great disaster, the Krat crisis, has left no one unaffected. But it's over now, thanks to you. We are all in pain. We're all hurting. But now it's time to begin healing.
Hell yeah, it's exciting to see the endings. I'd like to think so.
Together, compagno, I think we really can make Krat, if not the entire world, a better place.
I would have loved to have done it in 7 episodes, but I will settle for 8. So as a bit of a timeline, we took 16 episodes from the start of New Game to beating the Nameless Puppet to conclude New Game and get the true ending. That's a pretty decent length of time. That's about what a Bloodborne Let's Play would be, is about 15 to 20 episodes of streaming. And probably twice that much for a normal Let's Play. It took us half that amount of time. Admittedly, some of the streams were double the length, so maybe it would have taken us about 12 streams. But we were on pace to beat this early, which is really good.
So much has happened. It's bewildering. But it feels like there is hope. Even here in godforsaken Krat. It's all because of you. So thank you. Though I suspect you haven't told me everything.
Yeah, way faster than me anyhow. Aw, that's probably not true. I mean, you've played Bloodborne, right? Oh, right. He becomes the, he puts on Alidoro's gear.
Oh, did I scare you? It's me, Hugo. This whole thing has inspired me. I'm going to try to be the Alidoro of a new generation. I will also keep looking for the relic's true owner.
I'll finish
Check in
my
with me
sentence in a
anytime.
second. Because we also have to turn in...
Great weapon called...
we have to grab the... Did we get the Piercing Hatred amulet? I think we did. And the last thing we really have to grab is the... Yes, so we have to grab his weapon, the scissors.
Called...
Yeah, but this combat seems like it'd be different, though. I suppose in Bloodborne, you're parrying, and, like, that's the main thing you're doing. Here, you're, like, playing defense a lot more often. You're blocking and then retaliating with some kind of attack. I honestly, earnestly think you could not parry at all. Like, perfect blocking and parrying are basically synonymous. I feel like you could just normal block. And you've got a grindstone that will turn your normal blocking into perfect blocking. If you really wanted to, you could make a go at beating the game, at least on New Game. On New Game Plus, I think that might be a tad difficult because everything has more punch. But I really don't think you have to perfect block once. Maybe on the initial launch of the game, yeah, you would need to learn how to parry. But here they've tuned it so far back. Aniv, don't at me. That's weird. Yes, Aniv is weird. Aniv is a Markov chain algorithm AI chatbot that's been trained in the Super Metroid speedrunning community and has faithfully served the likes of Oats and Goats and Emmett and other Super Metroid speedrunners. That's where it got its training from. A NIV can be in up to 100 chats at any time and is learning from 100 of them at once. So if people are being trolls to a NIV is going to be a troll. If people are adding each other, because that's what happens in most big chats, well, a NIV is going to at you too a lot of the time. So a NIV is being extra weird. I could have swore we had a letter, did we not? I've just never seen it at someone in chat before. Kind of freaky. Yeah, you're telling me. I've never seen it at... I'm sorry. Oh, right, because we technically didn't go through and tell the truth the whole time. We ended up lying by accident, which is an oof and a half. But it's fine. It could be a nearly perfect 100% Let's Play instead, and I can not rake my sanity across the hot coals. Okay, I think we have covered this. This ending is really not much to it. Now, we're gonna go ahead and restart, because all we technically have to do is get through the beginning tram section, because the table where you would normally pick your weapon becomes a workbench, and you can look at P organ abilities through that. We're gonna skip all this. Lying by accident is when I lie. No, I don't want to reset the P organ, because I didn't remember something until after you spoke. Mm-hmm.
I've been looking all over for you.
Sophia, I would not get attached to your newfound, painful living. You will soon be returned back to the land of the dead. Yeah, I lie by accident all the time. Or by omission. Yes, I know I can't use this. Yes, I want to leave the little scamp on the floor. Sophia, didn't you tell that that's what I wanted to do? Reset the what organ? The P organ. Read that as the puppet heart. I don't know why they couldn't call it a P heart. P organ. The P organ. Yes, I had a good laugh at the P organ. That is Pinocchio's heart. The P organ. It doesn't help with the game's age rating. No. So, here at this table, I reiterated this at the start of New Game Plus. I'll do so again in Plus Plus. You can activate your P organ here. Yes, activating the P organ is something else that's sad. Okay, it's good to know that these are slightly, Porgan. Yes, they could have called it that, you know, instead of... Okay, these are basically cheat the game. These are basically cheat the game on Quartz abilities. The P organ's connected to the blank organ. Yeah. The P organ is connected to the O organ, I guess. And the O organ is connected to the N organ, and so on and so forth. Or you could have said, oh wait, no. The P organ is connected to the Q organ. Get it? P, Q, logic. The former STEM major in me tries to make a bit of humor. But let's see what the P7 quartz actually is. So we have lowers natural recovery upon weapon attack. Okay, so this reduces their guard recovery, basically. Enhances charge attack further. Enhances attack from behind further. Lowers weapon durability consumption twice. Or it's the second. It stacks. Reduces stamina consumption of dodge when discharged. Would have helped with our discharge build, but you made me go through a third playthrough of the game Neo-Wiz in round 8. Complete recovery of guard regain upon guarding a fury attack. With a perfect guard specifically. Enhances attribute status ailment recovery, so the amount of time it takes for the status to wear off. We have... Oh, okay, that's it. Nope. We read the survival stuff. Charges Legion Arm Fable. Partially charged Fable during Legion Arm attacks. Charge Legion when eliminating an enemy. Perfect guard at no stamina consumed on a perfect guard. And perfect guards continue to enhance Fable charge. Wow. Us both former STEM majors. So glad my degree is useful for making crass commentary on Twitch at 3 a.m. Cries in torn degrees. How could this happen to us? We've made no mistakes. The system is broken and needs to be replaced. Insert the rest of a certain song here. Lower ergo loss upon death. Cool. Reduced item prices. Cool. Special grindstone. Yep. And charges Legion upon pulse cell use. Cries an 85,000 debt. Yeah. Tell me about it. I'm not that far behind at 60k. But okay. I could have activated these if I wanted to, but I am not interested. Instead, what we're going to do is go back to the title screen. Or not, because the fresh new title screen is gone. We're going to close this. Wait for Steam to update. We're almost there, guys. And then I can, we can wrap up for the morning, I guess. So what we want to do, because we waited for Steam to finish, is we're going to come over. By the way, is your ride situation handled for Friday? No. I will need to talk to Kylie about that. Or talk to Dad about that. But I will get that sorted by tomorrow. You have my word on that. So what we'll want to do, we have to first delete the Steam library, or Steam, the Steam folder for this. And specifically, we want to get rid of this folder right here. This is the one we backed up. We're just going to yoink. And that ending is gone, just like that. We're going to go back to the backup we've had. We're going to cut that. And we're going to go back. Go back to save games. And paste. And we're going to extract that here. Basically is what we're about to do. She was supposed to reach out to you, so definitely chat with her tomorrow. Okay, yep. Otherwise, you're more than welcome to come hang early if you'd like. I'll bear that in mind. Thank you. So, now hopefully Liza P ain't gonna throw an error. Otherwise, I'm gonna really cry. Because we just basically scrapped files for no reason. This is the part you're never really sure about when you go to replace files. Like, if you've ever read mod instructions and someone's like, make sure you delete this folder in exactly this folder and no other folder, or even worse, delete this file but keep everything intact, is... Oh, please tell me that we've... Oh no, do we have to defeat the nameless pup? No, we would have to defeat him again. That's right. I am panicking about absolutely nothing. Oh. Okay, everything is going exactly as expected. So now, all we have to do is actually not refuse Geppetto this time. Well, I did. I extracted, should I have made a copy of the files in a separate folder before deleting it? No, because, well, actually the correct answer is I don't know. But,
Now him, he really scared me. A human
Gemini.
becoming a god? Terrifying. But a puppet becoming a human?
Can't skip either.
Now you have my attention. Suit yourself, but it sounds fun to me.
Give me a second.
I wonder, what'll happen now? I sure don't know. But I do know one thing.
Plus the lift makes a bunch of noise.
And I'm stuck with you, pal.
Actually, Gemini, you're about to be unstuck permanently forever. You're about to be gone, deleted from the void of my memory, unplugged, unjacked, unglued, unfixed. Insert whatever riveting, rousing word of your choice.
Huh? That's...
Okay, so Jiminy sounds like a Glee member mixed with an anime side character best friend. Yeah, Gemini does. And for the record, it's Gemini like the star sign Gemini, the twins. Because in the original Tales of, or the Adventures of Pinocchio, it was just called the Talking Cricket, and Disney is the one that came up with the name Jiminy. And everyone wants to call him Jiminy. It's really quite interesting and also strange at the same time. How many different names this cricket might get as reinterpretations of Carlo Lorenzini's same old tired work of the Adventures of Pinocchio. I mean, the original book is a really interesting read, but it's amazing. Gem in eye. Fair, yes. So Gemini is how the astral sign is pronounced. Here they refer to him as Gemini, which is why there's confusion with Jiminy. It makes it worse. Probably don't ask which NeoWiz or Round 8 employee went with that pronunciation. Could have been all intentional. Don't rightly know. And did we ever get that? We do have that ergo. Oh, did we? We never turned that in, technically speaking. Hold on. Let's go back. I want to make sure I've turned that in. Because I know we turned in the nameless puppets ergo and got his scissors. It's basically a giant, it's more like a Buster Blade, ain't it? Wild naming choice. It implies he has a counterpart, perhaps an evil version.
I want to give Alidoro...
Yeah, we already have the Unga Bunga Club, so it's this one now. Motion controller, maybe insinuating he's the angel to the devil on your shoulder. Yeah, it could also be alluding to the fact that Gemini, this game's version of the talking cricket, basically all these things have ergo inside of them, right? And ergo is a crystallized version of time, personality, and human memory all formed into one. It's one malleable ball. You see it with the puppets, but that doesn't mean that... Yes, Unga Bunga Club. That's what I've been calling it pretty much the whole game, because It's a big club. It knocks people silly. It does lots of damage and absorbs ergo for ergo farming if you want. It's a really nice club. But I guess another way to think about ergo is it's kind of like, what if you could crystallize a soul, right? And then put that soul into a puppet or put it into a device. A modern day argument would be uploading your memory to a computer, right? Uploading your memory and personality and desires into a computer. And what would you get? This kind of explores that in a different way. It has a different medium for answering the same question. And Gemini in life was probably a human person who probably was either a stalker. I'm sorry, that's not specific enough. They were either a sweeper or a bastard. Sweepers are the lower class who became a stalker, and the bastards belong to the old families. Like, I'm using very specific terms here. The bastards belong to all the old families of Krot, and they represent their interests. Typically, the upper crust who want to be stalkers become bastards. We saw this with the black cat and the red fox, where the black cat was a sweeper, but still a stalker, and the red fox was a bastard, but still a stalker. Do you want to get some ergo? If so, you might have to kill some guys. You might have to kill some puppets. You might have to roam around. You might die. Something along those lines. All right, Geppetto, you win. I lose.
I knew you can be. If you give you a bean, give me your heart, son.
I bet Anthony Howard was absolutely elated about this.
You are a good boy till the very end. I believed in you. You are the greatest puppet I ever made. We can be happy now.
We?
Thanks to you. Thank you. You are such a good boy.
I think by we, you're referring to Carlo there. I'm gonna try to be a little bit more respectful during this because this is more or less new ground. Things we haven't really seen before. Wow, look at that smile. What a jerk. He did the whole reach, like, open palm with one hand and reaching around with another. I like how pandemonium is pulsating while all this is happening. That's the Legion arm that you're seeing on the ground there. In truth, I can't really fault Geppetto for going out of his way to resurrect his son, but what I can do is fault him for what you're about to see here and all the actions he's taken up to this point. He low-key looks like Colonel Sanders. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if the devs at NeoWiz were going for that. Look at how twisted those smiles are. But more importantly, pay attention to the people you're gonna see.
Family feels like family. Thank you for returning, Carlo.
Damn!
Is this truly the future you wanted?
And one last biting insult from Sophia, because of course there'd be. Please don't make me sit through this. There we go.
I have a final report on...
No, because we have a letter to read, hopefully. Okay, so I want to break down that scene just a little bit. I like to get an hour, at least a minimum of another 17 minutes out of this if I can. So he put our heart inside the body of Carlo and then rebuilt it back up into the model of a really young boy, back to how we looked in the beginning of the game before our hair turned gray. What he did was he had us kill everybody, because here, the thing that is missing here is that Geppetto activated, or rather caused all the puppets to frenzy. He caused the puppet frenzy. This is like the laws surrounding androids. Kind of think like that, robots and androids, where usually when you hear something like, oh, a robot may not harm a human, the model of a modern major marionette. Oh, that's more Steel Rising's speed, actually, but you're right. Yeah, it could be something like that. I think the laws basically go, a robot may not harm a human, a robot lives to be in service to a human, and a robot must serve and protect humans, except if it would violate the first law. It's the 3 laws. Well, there's a 0th law. 0th law specifies whom is not to be harmed. And law 0 in this case is Geppetto himself. The creator's name is Giuseppe Geppetto. So, because there was a carcass outbreak that was caused by the alchemists, Geppetto frenzied the puppets in order to contain or dismantle the outbreak. And the outbreak of carcasses, or undead creatures, was caused by Simon Manus trying to collect Ergo. Both these men collected Ergo, just in different ways for different purposes. It's a joke on a song called The Modern of a Modern Major General. Yeah. It's the song that Morton Solis sings. You and I both know that one relatively well. Sorry if I glossed over that a little bit too quickly. I'm just trying to explain what went down in that ending. And I'm getting caught on needless details. But the point basically is, now if you look... Look. Everyone that's alive is a puppet. Vanini, puppet. Eugenie, puppet. Pulcinella, he was replaced by a non-awakened puppet. Even Polendina looks like he's been modified a little bit so as to never be awakened again. So Geppetto has effectively squelched all life and all puppet life from ever happening again, which is absolutely insane. The Geppetto is not a good person in this game anyway. Let's talk to the NPCs here.
Your wish is my command, Sir Carlo. What would you like to do?
I'm sorry. Nah, you're good. I've noticed the chat lags a bit behind you, so I end up commenting on something that's a minute or more behind, which is strange. That shouldn't be happening. that really shouldn't be happening because they have low latency chat, but maybe low latency can only mean so much.
Your wish is my command, Sir Carlo. What would you like to do?
How sanitized is Vanini?
Your wish is my command, Sir Carlo. What would you like to do?
Wow, not a single fragment of Vanini left over.
Welcome, Sir Carlo. What would you like to do?
God, absolutely awful. Is Geppetto gonna be in his office? Oh, and I forgot about Hugo. What happened with Hugo? I need to know. Maybe he has some comments on this. Oh my god, no. Are you serious? Geppetto! This person was human! This person was human! You had no business doing this.
Your wish is my command, Sir Carlo. What would you like to do?
I'm floored. Oh, and also, I've been forcefully re-equipped with puppet string. Even I am not safe from the grasp of Geppetto. My inventory has been mangled. They're all just hollow versions of themselves, robotic, synthetic, and lifeless. Yeah, that's more or less how I'd put it. What about Miss Antonia? No, she died. She got to stay at rest. But anyone living? And I was about to cry if I saw an old woman in this chair. Okay, are we ready for the rousing read of a lifetime? Ladies and gentlemen, are you about to hear Grade S Jerk Sepe try to excuse himself? I am. It's a perfect fitting end to a really, really dark tale. And you know what? I think it is absolutely fitting that things end kind of this way. I thank you. Or, sorry, I'm inserting words where there shouldn't be. Death might be a mercy, comparatively. I agree. Thank you for coming back to me, Carlo. Make sure the audio mixer isn't gonna have issues. I'm gonna try and do a Anthony Howell impression. It's gonna fail, but I'm gonna try anyway. I no longer bear a grudge. Now that you're back, my life is rosy. To make you happy, I plan to stabilize Krot. I suppose getting the puppets and the petrification disease under better control will turn the city back to normal. Remember, you have to be careful with your body. Even though you're an organism, you react to ergo. Maybe it's because that artifact was one of the materials. Still, you came back, and that's what matters. No matter what others say, you're my son. No one will be in our way anymore. I'll rebuild Krot for you. Until then, please stay safe in the hotel. Your father, who cares about you more than anyone. What a touching letter. And you know what? If putting an end to the puppets and the petrification disease were what I would have expected, it would not have involved murdering Hugo, murdering Eugenie, murdering Vanini. We can't really qualify Polendina. Oh, also, I didn't even think about this. Is Gianjo still here? I imagine not, because he's revealed to be Paracelsus in the end. Okay, yeah, that's the same each time. But Paracelsus basically leaves a letter saying, hey, we had a good time. I'm glad that you could be born and that new life, you, the puppet, are alive. I want to point out, Geppetto cannot be delusional about this. He has to know that he's recreating a puppet. Has to. No way. He could have quite literally asked Sophia to wind back the clock, or try to wind back the clock. He could have asked a listener for help. He did not do this for some reason. We don't know what that reason is. But here's what I do know. Ladies and gentlemen, I think the last thing we gotta check is the record track. I think there are some records that have not been... yeah, there's like one record, and it's the part 2. I know which one it is. What I might do is keep the file on hand and try to find out where this record is. And assuming the record is something I can just grab, I'll do it. If not, he does not seem delulu, just blinded by a single purpose, maybe. Yeah. Well, here's the thing about in this version of the story. In the original tale, Geppetto was never married. He never knew what children were like. Here, in this version, Geppetto had a wife and a son. His wife died first, leaving him a widower, and him being the kind of the sole responsibility or the sole caretaker for Carlo. Carlo, thanks to the fact that he was the son of Geppetto and Geppetto was a mechanical genius, he spent lots of time working. He didn't really pay attention to his son. He neglected him, whether it was purposeful or, you know, just caught up at work, who can say? But one of the things that happened is he went from being a diligent, if neglectful dad to being utterly neglectful once the wife died. So, wife dies, he totally becomes absorbed with her death, and that kind of leaves Carlo to figure out how to fill the void. That's essentially what happens. And then Sophia greets him, takes him to go meet Romeo, and then Lampwick greets him as well. Sometimes the benefit of Twitch chat for me is getting you to say Gen Z slang before you can react normally. Also, get over it, Geppetto. Go to therapy. Yes, that would be the correct answer. Is all of this could have been prevented if Geppetto had gone to therapy. So I have to ask you, chat, was this story about Pinocchio, Carlo, or Geppetto? Or about, you know, what life looks like? I want people to be thinking about that a good long while. Like, what encapsulates life? And who do you think the real protagonist of this story is? One of the nice things that I really like about the way that NeoWiz and Roundate have done this have made this game is that you can kind of reinterpret the story from everyone's eyes and get a sense of, you know, where can you find flaw in their reasoning for why they do what they do. That's 90% of media, though. Therapy would fix it so fast. Maybe not fast, but it would fix it. Geppetto would be able to cope better. And then the real big bad, the whole entire game would just be Simon. But even then, Simon's issue was, I can read everyone's mind all the time and my father never loved me. So he set out to prove himself the only way he could, by gathering a gobsmack of power in any way he could. And that meant, you know, collecting ergo and trying to form a perfect human being. Everyone Pretty much, except, no, even Sophia had her issues, but they mostly stemmed from her mother not really liking her power, or the fact that she was a listener and could sort of hear the souls of the dead, hear people's distant memories in the atmosphere, literally, because that's what Ergo is. It's a collection of time, personality, and memory all in one. I could go on and on and on about this game. This has been a real blast. I'd like to move on though, and that's what I'm going to spend sort of the remainder. Daddy and mommy issues are truly the backbone of compelling villainy. I agree. And I suspect they form a lot of the archetypes that make up, like, what is it, the 36 different ways that you could write a story, or that you can write a premise or a plot. That really, there's only about 36 different situations that you could write or talk about. And I'm willing to bet that daddy and mommy issues they're the origin of a good chunk of them. I'm gonna take this time to sort of tie this all in a neat bow. Would I recommend this game? Yes, absolutely. This game is fantastic. NeoWiz Games and Round 8 Studios should be commended for their work. Anthony Howell and Shai Matheson and others, as well as all the composers and conductors, really helped make this reinterpretation of a children's tale really come to life. And NeoWiz and Round 8 weren't lazy. They didn't just soulsify the tale, they really turned it on its head. They subverted just about every expectation, and you could really tell the polish was there. I would definitely recommend that people at least try this game. Now, I have some good news for you. If you're a PC user, if you are on PC, there are mods that make the game easy, that let you kind of perfect guard all the time and help reduce the difficulty of the game and other metrics. If you're somebody that just wants to experience the story, I also recommend getting into the modding scene for this game, specifically for the perfect guard always being on, because I know that can be a point of contention if nothing else. Some people don't have the reflexes for perfect guard, and it's nice that someone has put the mods out there as accessibility features. You just have to know where to look, and I can help you guys with that if interested. As far as what does the future hold, what happens next? Well, I'll point out the Discord article or posting here, but what's gonna happen next is two things. One, I'm gonna get some freaking sleep. That's not included. But I'm gonna have to make a new thumbnail for a ROM hack that I'm gonna play called The Ocarina of Time, Time Lost. It's a relatively recent hack that's been finished. It's made by Stone Bad Gaming and help of so many other people, as it partially involves decomp, I think, and decomp has like 20, 30, 40 people involved with it. But it is a tongue-in-cheek sequel to Master of Time, which was itself a tongue-in-cheek early days ROM hack made by Don Camillo. And I look forward to showcasing that story for you. And it's also just a palate cleanser away from Souls-likes in general. I feel I've earned that. I've earned something maybe a little bit easier. I love Liza P, but damn, did it have me pulling my hair out. I'm sorry. Let me make sure I don't miss chat here. Enjoy your well-deserved sleep. Thanks. I'm up for the long haul because your schedule's borked. Mine is borked pretty badly too. But yeah, I it's not that borked. Aniv, who's she? Who is she? Did you get influenced by the sing-alongs we had at the end during the stream? I'm willing to bet that's what happened. We started singing Frozen. That's what happened. We started ad-libbing Frozen lyrics, and Aniv took some inspiration from them. But, well, like, yes, Aniv is being silly. But Time Lost is quite a bit shorter as well. It's just long enough to give me a break. There's plenty to do. There are 120 gold I'm sorry, 125 gold Skulltulas. And a plot that I'm going to need to give context for when we actually get there. But it's going to be good fun. And you'll see what I mean when you watch it for yourselves. And the other thing, that all of that was bundled in Part A. Part B, if you guys are not part of the Discord yet, Mr. Rowan Darcy, would you do me a favor and type in !Discord into the chat? Please and thank you. If you guys want to vote on things, the Discord is the place to do that. After Time Lost is where your vote gets to come into effect. Oh god, I better hurry this up. Essentially, I'm having our lovely community of senators and inductees everywhere pick between another Souls-like called Steel Rising that loosely references the French Revolution, and you will also find more of the Studley, Anthony Howard's, I'm sorry, Howell, excuse me. I don't know why I said Howard. Anthony Howell's voice acting. Somewhere in there. I'd have to go find which character he voices exactly, but he is in there. I know that for sure. I looked it up. And Steel Rising is fun. Everything is upgradable. Absolutely everything is upgradable. And it kind of plays like a mix between Bloodborne and Dark Souls at the same time. It's the best place to stay up to date. Yep, as well as have a way to have a say in the content. Thank you for the promotional and for the link drop, Mr. Rowan Darcy. Much appreciated. The other one is a JRPG that I basically describe as a cult adult Pokemon at home. Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance. I am a huge SMT fanboy, and I really love the plot, the cosmic level plot in the game. Now, it does heavily draw on religious references, and many faiths are referenced all in one big mishmash in the game. It doesn't, the plot doesn't have anything to do with them. That's SMT's own thing. But you'll see a lot of quote-unquote demons or party members that you can make. For example, Gremory would be one of them, or Eligor. Those are lords of hell that are depicted in the Lesser Key of Solomon, the Ars Goetia. They're demons I know very well and recruit them often in SMT titles. Another would be Lucifer. You might see Lucifer in there, depending on the title, but you'll definitely see it in 5. The game is just kind of something you have to see for yourself. Those are the picks, those are the choices that we have. Again, if you want that stuff, please come to the Discord to vote on it. We don't vote on Twitch or YouTube or any other platform for that matter. It has to be on the Discord. That way everybody from all content contribution platforms can contribute. Twitch, YouTube, Coffee, Patreon, Trovo when I finally get around to it, etc., etc. That is my way of giving back to you, is allowing you guys to vote and have a say on things. And it isn't just content, but sometimes it includes administrative or decorative stuff on the Discord as well. I work really hard on the Discord. Does it have as many content categories? Interesting. The show Hell of a Boss talks about the Ars Goetia too. They're a fascinating group of demons for sure. Yeah, King Solomon certainly did spend a lot of time thinking about demons to write about. Well, devils, really. The Archdukes of Hell. There are some pretty interesting and intricate summoning conditions. And also some Archdukes of Hell, or Lords of Hell, that have spheres of domain over very interesting things. One example is Decarabia, whose sphere governs the birds. He's like king of the fowl, and often takes the form of a sea star, among other things, and knows how to appraise gemstones and other things. The Ars Goetia is a rousing read, truly. And if you want to see more influences like that, you'll get to see them in SMT 5 Vengeance. But I think I have covered everything. I've given you guys a plan for what to expect in the future. And if you want to keep up with those plans, join the Discord. I'm going to keep finger wagging at you guys until you join. I would love to have you guys here, and also you can share your own games that you're playing. Or if you're content creators like myself, well, I've got channels for that too. And we even have an automated onboarding process. I could go on and on, but it's time for me to wrap things up. Ladies and gentlemen, because it is 3:42 in the morning, I'm gonna cut and run. My name is Coinstamp, or Swirling Vortex, or Steven. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me on this fine Friday morning. I really appreciate the company. It means a lot. I'm thankful for all the subs that have happened today, for all the redemptions that have happened today. I think I would have gone loopy a long time ago if not for that. Really, I mean that. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe out there. Stay safe out there. Good God. You're welcome in my hallowed halls anytime, my senators and inductees, and this has been what will probably be the final session of the Lies of P. Signing off. Take care and goodbye.